Jeff, hey, good morning, how are you?
My name is Jeff Foster. We're here today. The Closet Factory is installing a unit in the bedroom.
Here for the second part.
Oh, you good?
Let's
get this wrapped up.
The wardrobe unit, and we can get you hooked up.
Okay, let's go ahead and let's take a look at it.
All right, sounds good.
We're doing a wall unit in the master bedroom. So we've already done the closet itself, and there's two parts to this, and so they're coming in and finishing the actual bedroom, inside the bedroom, a wall unit for storage. Closet Factory has been a long history with me. We've actually owned 3 different houses and had Closet Factory in all 3 houses to do work for us over the years. They're very professional. They knew exactly what they were doing and helped us, guided us through what we needed to do to come up with the design that we were happy with. So how you been?
Been doing real good. Been doing good.
Keep
waiting for the weather to change finally.
Yeah.
But instead of going up and down, but we can't do nothing about that.
No. Okay.
Okay, yeah, so here's the wall unit right here.
Right.
I remember redoing the measurements when we came to do the closet.
Okay,
so
and I changed the
plugs.
switches, the plugs.
Okay,
and
cool.
stuff, so
Cool. All right, good deal.
Out the way.
So I think if we, you just help me get the TV down, and I think I'll be able to start getting, getting my things in here and get started. What I'm going to do first is once we take the TV down, I'll start setting the center section of this unit up first. That way I'll still be able to slide it around, just to make sure that that TV is the center, the centerpiece of the unit. So once we get that going, I think we'll be good.
Okay, sounds great.
All right. Okay, well, the main part of this job right here, the most important aspect of this one, is to make sure that I get the unit centered according to where the TV is going to be placed. And so it's real important for me to make sure that when the TV goes up, that it's in a centered position. Being that this is a wall-to-wall wardrobe unit, once I get that established, building it out to the outsides shouldn't be a problem. I just got to get it, just make sure I'm really centered. And the good thing about this in our units is I can put it together and slide it as I need to and make any adjustments that I need to. But for the most part, it looks like it's pretty much cut and dry. I just got to make sure I got a good starting point, and then that alleviates any kind of problems I might have. Okay, I got all my panels in now for the job, and now I'm going to bring in the Euro shells, what we call the locking ESs. That way I can start locking in the middle section and start putting this thing together, start centering it up. So now is a little bit of the critical part of just putting the middle pieces together and making sure I got it in the right spot. Okay, right now I'm setting in on my locking pins on my panels. Reason we don't like to do it too much while we're loading the van is because, product will get scratched and things like that. But for the most part, we just like pinning them, pinning all the panels on site. And that's what we're doing here. Just making sure I get all my locking pins put in. So I need to lock this last section and then I'll be able to measure and make sure we're centered. So that taken care of. This is like a big puzzle, and like I said, I guess, that's a pretty good analogy where, you go to the store, you buy a puzzle, you know how the pieces go together, but everyone's different. Once you get it completed, it looks different and it's unique. And that's what's cool about it, especially for our clients, because they can actually get something, even though it may look mass produced, or like it's cookie cutter. It's really not, because the client really has a lot of input on how customizable they want to make it. So that's what's neat about it. Now it's time for the doors. Now that I got all my trim and scribe up, we use soft close hinges in our doors, and depending on the size of the door, we might use 1 or 2. In this instance, since they're tall, we use 2 soft close hinges and 2 what we call our regular standard spring hinges. This just allows the door to close a lot quieter. It doesn't just slam shut, it just eases into the closed position. And it's just one of our neat little features that we have. For that exact height system too, so you know it's always going to match a hole as you put the door up. So, which that's pretty neat about our unit. Yeah, these are very easy, very user-friendly. Yep. Yeah, we have 100% extension ball bearing slides, and the important thing for these guys are for the ball bearings to be all the way up front. Before you slide your drawer in, or you end up with a bunch of BBs all over the floor.
Let's check out the final project, see how it all ended up. Here we go. What do you think?
Looks excellent. That really looks good.
Beautiful.
It really looks good.
Good. I'm glad you. I think the color choice is awesome.
Right.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah, I like it.
And the knobs.
Right. Big improvement
Yes.
of what was there. So.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely maximizing this place. Juan,
Right.
you did excellent as usual. So remember what I was telling you about the drawers?
Right.
How we standard we use these Accuride slides that are soft closing and make the drawers fully extendable. Look how deep this is. So
Right.
you guys have tons of space in here.
Right.
It's not like some drawers that you purchase and they're only able to open them like this far.
Right, 3/4
You know?
away. Right.
Exactly, and we don't even charge extra for that. These are standard on all of our
Excellent.
drawers.
Excellent.
Yes, and even our Euro hinges, so they're always hidden. And they're also soft closing doors,
Right.
so if you got any slammers, some people are heavy handed, you don't have to worry about doors, you know, slamming shut.
Excellent.
Yeah, so you got extra hanging there, and then this was our trick for the components. Remember, we didn't want to see your DVD player
Right.
or the cable box, so it's nice and neat and it can tuck away in there, but the remote will still work
Still work to it. Right.
through the glass. So that's wonderful, easy to access. So you can do some accessory storage there, and tons of clothes here, and then you've got 2 wardrobes for extra hanging. So you got plenty of space, and the crown worked beautiful. So we were able to
I
wind
tied
it
it
in.
into the existing crown. Excellent.
Remember, it's always challenging, but Juan's
Right.
excellent. They always make it work.
Right.
It's like they're magicians. It's beautiful. Yeah, awesome. Glad. Well, I'm glad you're happy.
Yeah, thank you. It looked real good.
Good.
Appreciate it.
Since we first opened back in '97, we've had growing donations. As the community knows that we're here, they continue to be so generous and drop things off. And so a lot of clothing and blankets and shoes and socks, everything that we need for people who are homeless and don't have much or are losing things. Trying to organize all those donations has been just a humongous challenge for us. And Clary came to volunteer with us in December, and it was on a regular basis, which is something we don't always have, but we really, really appreciate. I often say she's our donation guardian angel now. So, you know, she was trying to think, how would it work more efficiently for her to be able to work here? How would it help our participants who use our services for an easy way to be able to find things, their sizes, you know, to be able to separate the different kinds of things that are here and clothing items. So we just really needed a system of some kind of a foundation that would just make a structure that we'd be able to shelve things, hang things, you know, be visual all at the same time.
I know I already have a closet system from Closet Factory because I won it on a contest. It was on a radio station. I don't recall the radio station, unfortunately, but it was, I had to upload a photo of my closet, and at the time it was just a mess. And so uploaded a video, and my son ran with it and sent it to all his friends, and everybody voted for it, and my family voted for it, and we won by a landslide. And I've never won anything in my life, so it was the first time I've ever won anything. When I came here and started organizing the donations and trying to keep things, like I would get it all done, and I was like, oh, this is great. And then I would come in and things would just be, you know, a mess again. And I was like, gosh, there's gotta be an easier way. Like how, if it was like my closet at home, I was like, and I told Debbie, I said, I'm gonna call Closet Factory.
One day, sitting at my desk, I got a phone call from Clary Yost, and she was a client of ours, actually. She had won a closet in a ugliest closet contest on the radio. Yes. And she apparently loves her closet and knew the benefits of it. So she asked if it would be possible if Closet Factory might want to help the Lighthouse Homeless Shelter because they had a room that they really needed help in.
So I made a phone call and then some emails, and here we go. It's just happening, so.
And she told me the story about her and her son and how they got involved with the shelter and that they had Closet Factory in their house. It was just, I just knew we had to do it, so I went to Jeff and told him the story, and there was, you know, no hesitation.
Of course, the opportunity to give back to the community is always a worthwhile endeavor to do. So when Tammy told me what was going on here and about how we could help, you know, in a very obvious way, I said, no problem, let's, you know, do what we can to help them.
Trying to figure out how to hang things up. There was just a small garment rack that we could hang things up in just the one shelf on the top and one shelf on the bottom. And then the cabinets that were in there, and I was like, the shelving would be great, but we just need hanging it up. And I know just me going home to my own closet, this really needs to be at the center, like something like this. I need to come up with something like this.
Like I wanted to learn about homelessness, right? And so we came down here just expecting for like a little talk and then leaving to like for me to learn about it, but it turned into this whole Christmas thing where all the homeless were getting together at a church and they were getting presents, and we decided to make care packages, 70 care packages for the homeless. That It included stuff like toiletries, socks, water bottles, and food items. Remember, my mom said I could pick whatever 7 subjects, right? 7 subjects that I wanted, and that popped into my head, and I thought, because it's something new, no kid has ever like tried to learn about or asked to learn about, so I thought, maybe it'll be interesting. And I always try to help homeless people. Every time you pass a homeless person on the street, I don't ignore him or her like normal people do. They'll just like walk past them like they're not even there. I'd always like tell Mommy, like, let's give him some money or something like that. But then I learned from my mom that it's not just money that helps, it's the items that they need and what they use the money for is not right. So the items that we're giving them here at the lighthouse helps them more than money does. I was scared to help my mom clean up the rooms because I like thought something was gonna jump out. I felt like there was gonna be spiders under everything we picked up. I wanted to clean that because, well, it was really easy for my mom to tell me where to get stuff, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do to her? She says, like, go up there and grab that for us. We're gonna put it somewhere next to somebody else, but I just don't know. That room was just fun for me. Doing that room was fun for me.
With the shelving and the racks that they're going to put in, we're going to be able to hold more clothes, more other kinds of things that are needed. You know, various sizing will be able to be done. So it isn't just that, you know, you'll have coats and shirts and pants and things. It will be that they can be labeled, and so people won't get frustrated looking for things. Or if someone really needs something to go to work, like black pants or a white shirt or a black tie, they're going to be obviously ready, to be available to them. The accessibility will help them get something for that person much quicker. The other thing is to have volunteers here. You want them to work with these, and you want them to be able to have a place for everything.
If I were a blind man, I'd call your bluff. If I were a wise man, I'd know when to stop. If I were a hard man, I'd hit you back. I'd break your legs instead of your heart, and paint your garage instead of writing this poem. If I were a head case, I'd blow the cobwebs out of your hair and into the fish tank. And then I'd apologize to the spiders and talk to you in a made-up language. I'd talk to you in a made-up language.
I think one of the other benefits, the fact that Closet Factory has included us in the show, is the fact that we get exposure, because a lot of the unknowns about homelessness and the lighthouse in general, a lot of people don't know that we're here, and a lot of people don't know ways to give, or they will give, but I think just connecting with the community through Closet Factory and having that exposure is going to be able to allow us other opportunities to connect with other organizations and other businesses in a community. It's just really nice how something so small could start from a care package and turn into a closet system and then go into the community and connecting with the community, and it's just growing from there.
Debbie, here we are. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. I can't believe the difference.
It's a pretty big difference.
Oh my gosh. It is awesome. Look at all that room to hang things.
Right.
And the shelving. Oh my gosh, I'm blown away.
Oh, I'm so glad. Let me kind of just walk
gosh.
on. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. Don't make me cry.
And the guys that were here, they were just awesome.
They are.
Oh my gosh, and how great for the volunteers to have this kind of space to work in. It's just phenomenal. You know, they've been shuffling boxes and racks and everything. Oh my gosh, it's just amazing.
Let me kind of show you the components.
Okay.
So, everything is fully adjustable, Debbie. So if the rods need to be changed for different heights of clothing, there's no problem. All you do is lift them out, kind of use the center, lift them out, and just move the cups anywhere you need them. So that's a really nice feature. The shelves do the same thing. And listen, if you need more shelves, just tell me and we'll cut them and bring them out.
Oh, that'd be
okay?
awesome.
Yeah, because we keep the plans for life.
Do you?
So yeah.
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 Wow.
And
it's
then
just amazing.
Thank
just
you.
amazing.
I'm so glad you like it.
Oh, and that you all just helped us in this way is just so incredible. I mean, it's such a gift. It is. It's just such a blessing to us.
Jeff is here, the owner of Closet Factory. He is.
I'll have to meet him.
That's why he wanted to meet you too.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's all his giving. So
wow.
The top, of course, is usable as a shelf. And again, if you need more rods or more shelves, or even if you want to change one of the hanging sections to shelving, we can just cut the right size shelves for that section.
Yeah.
So it's totally adjustable.
That's awesome. And when we get the coats and the nice dress clothes for people to go for employment.
Right.
You know, we've got somewhere to hang them, and we've left area for the cleaning folks to come in.
Right.
So, oh gosh, it's a whole new world in here. It's a whole new world in here for us. Just unbelievable.
And this is
awesome.
wall,
So how
right.
can we? Do we use that?
So yeah, they move around. So whatever you're hanging there, you know, depending on what it is, you can adjust those hooks.
Oh, it's perfect. I mean, it just fits in here and fits our needs so perfectly. You did a great job figuring it out.
Thanks.
You did.
So we just finished the lighthouse install at the lighthouse shelter. It was really nice to be able to give back to people, you know, that aren't as fortunate, and give them the means to be able to be a little more organized and have better access to more clothes and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice, like Nick said, to be able to give back. You know, it's nice when Jeff, you know, is so generous with Closet Factory, and then he gives us an opportunity also to be a part of that. So it's really quite rewarding.
I'm sitting on top of the world, holding hands with a beautiful girl. I'm making the breakfast and cutting the wall, talking on the telephone about the day you were born. Sometimes I feel like a kid, in spite of myself, in spite of myself. Sometimes I feel like a kid, in spite of myself, in spite of myself. Meeting my friends out on the town, getting in late and fooling around, taping new songs at home.